Dawn Hlady and her family are among those who had to make a hasty escape from their homes. In her case, Creighton, Saskatchewan, just minutes away from Flin Flon, Manitoba. And so now you're in Saskatoon. You don't know when you're headed back. You're not exactly sure what's happening back home. What's it been like?
It's been a nightmare that has been reoccurring for 4 days, actually. We're trying to get information as much as we can, but there is really no information to be had. There's really no end in sight right now. The fire is still out of control. We still need resources to come in and help, and we've been given no time frame, so I could be here for a while.
One small, probably very small measure of comfort is that you can see remote cameras from your two businesses, a drive-in as well as a restaurant. I'm not sure if you have cameras in your home as well, but what's that been like to kind of take a look that way?
Yes, thank goodness for technology because the drive-in movie theater, it is in the middle of the forest in an area that is being affected by this fire. So knowing that it is still standing is definitely a peace of mind. The restaurant is okay. It's right on the edge of Highway 10 as well, which is also being engulfed. It's still standing, so thankfully my livelihood and my two businesses are still there. My home is on the edge of Creighton, where the fire first initially started. So knowing that it is still standing, it's definitely something reassuring because there's been other people, friends of ours, or my son's coach actually. She lost her home, and it's heartbreaking knowing that people's places are truly at risk right now.
You knew the fire was close. You shared some pictures that you took from your home of just the ominous glow of the fire. When you finally got into your pickup truck, your husband, a town councillor, was staying in town at that point. You and your teenage son were going to head down to Saskatoon. What was that moment like when you locked the door and you headed to the truck?
It was terrifying. I literally took a picture of my house the night before, and I didn't know if that was going to be the last time that I was going to see my house again. Locking that door and driving away, it was so emotional. I'm not an emotional person, and it was tears that literally just started flowing, knowing that everyone was all in a state of panic and we didn't know what to expect. We've never done this before. I mean, obviously a risk living in the north and living in the forest, but you never expect that this is actually going to happen, nor do you know what to expect. Everything is literally rolling minute by minute.
I remember watching the news conference from the Manitoba Premier, Wab Kinew, when he said at around, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 o'clock Saskatchewan time, that people had to leave Flin Flon by midnight. And I thought, well, that's a pretty good time frame. But as you discovered, the traffic was jammed. It was a long, slow ride southward, I guess.
Yes, I was fortunate enough to be at the front of the line, I think. But I have heard stories of people who literally it took them 5 hours to get to the paw, and the paw is usually an hour and a half drive away from us. My parents, they went to Nipawin. That took them 9 hours, and Nipawin is actually only 4 hours away. So the convoy line and the escape for everybody was horrific.
You're lucky enough to be at a friend's house tonight to have dinner, so that's a nice break in terms of social contact and getting out of the hotel. But what do you do to fill your time? Like you're a business person who normally, and a parent, obviously normally very busy. What do you do while you're kind of stuck, if I may use that word, in Saskatoon?
Unfortunately, business doesn't stop. So, I mean, I still have employees that I have to check on. They're literally scattered all across the country. I'm trying to figure out what I can do for them, checking in to make sure that they're okay. My husband just got to Saskatoon today. He was left behind for the last couple of days. He's been helping the frontline workers there as we've got a restaurant, so he's been helping feed them. So it's literally just trying to connect with people. There's vendors that are, requesting payments still, and I'm like, hang tight. This is the situation, and it's just trying to keep the mind busy because unfortunately at this moment there's not a lot of updates. These fires can roll in so fast, stuff happens so fast And it's just a matter of trying to claim whatever information we can as well. My phone doesn't leave my hands. There's people that are messaging and texting and reaching out literally every 2 minutes. And time is going so slow. I've lost so much sense of time. I had to even think about what day it was, but it's still needing to keep the mind busy, to keep distracted from the nightmare that we're living.
And as you say, no telling when you're going to get back and what home is going to, and your businesses are going to look like when you get back. I wish the best for you, obviously, and your family. Dawn, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you.